Hi, so let's start with a question. Do you know what's the exact speed of light inside a diamond prism? Well, honestly, I don't know either. But here's the thing that I do know. When light passes through a prism, it splits into a spectrum of colors. To me, that isn't just physics, it's philosophy. What if our identity works in the same way? So, yes, we are not diving into any physics here. What I want to talk about is originality, which in this metaphor is the white light, the source, the essence, the thing that exists before it gets refracted into all those different shades that the world sees. A prism doesn't create new colors. It simply reveals what's already hidden inside the white light. And just like that, originality isn't something that we borrow, copy, or manufacture. It's already within us. It's in you. It's in me. The only challenge is, do we have the courage to reveal it? So I learned this lesson the hard way back in my high school years. At that time, I was often labeled as the science student. Friends and even some of my teachers assumed that I was only good at chemistry or biology. They were convinced that speaking, writing, or presenting were my weak points. But here's the twist. In that very same school year, as well as the later ones, my literature scores always ranked in the top 3 of my class. Later, in the provincial mock university entrance exam, I scored the second highest in literature in my entire high school, which was Taiwan High School for the Gifted. I even won a writing award, and on top of that, I served as the head of media and communications for a student club. Those achievements didn't mean I wasn't a science student. They meant that my original light was more than just one color. It contained more possibilities than anyone expected. And maybe you felt the same way. Society wants us to choose a color. Be blue, calm, reliable. Be red, passionate, bold. Or maybe be green, balanced, creative. And there's nothing wrong with embracing those colors. But the danger is when we forget that behind all those colors, there's something even more fundamental. The original light that generates them all. And this is what I want to emphasize. Keeping that original light alive doesn't mean shutting out the world. A prism doesn't block light, right? It bends it. So in the same way, staying true to ourselves doesn't mean rejecting feedbacks or ignoring social perspectives. We have to admit that sometimes those external voices act like mirrors, helping us see dimensions of our own originality that we couldn't notice alone. The key is not to copy the reflection, but to integrate it, like updating our code with valuable inputs while keeping our core algorithm intact. That's why I call this talk Debugging the Refracted originality.org. Because life is like running a program. At first, the code produces something beautiful. Our talents, our quirks, our personalities. But over time, bugs appear. Expectations, stereotypes, comparisons. And those bugs distort the spectrum, making us believe that the refracted colors are the only reality. Debugging, then, is about going back to the source and asking, am I living as the Prism's version of me, or as my true white light? White light may look plain, but it's actually the most powerful, because it contains every possibility within it. I believe that everyone owns their own white light. And I want you to think about the power of your originality like a travel agent. Why? Because nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Yes, because nothing beats your originality. It is the most powerful source code you will ever carry, the one that no one else can duplicate. So maybe the real challenge isn't to choose which color defines us, but to debug the refractions, strip away the noise, and return to that pure light, the originality that lets us shine in infinite ways. Debugging takes patience, it takes compassion, and it takes time. But believe me, it's worth it. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Thank you.